Alright you guys, what is up? I'm King Cash and you already know what we about to do. For this video, we're gonna get a little more in-depth and personal because this time we're gonna talk about energy. You know, what it's like to actually feel energy, be in it, and be immersed in it. What it's like to be an empath. All my life, I was told, oh yeah, you know, you're an empath, you're an empath. And I was like, what does that mean, right? Like, I didn't understand what that meant. And they were always like, yeah, you take on people's emotions, you take on people's emotions. But I was like, I don't understand. Okay, if I take on people's emotions, how does that work? Why? And like, just why? I have all this stuff on my phone we're gonna talk about. Basically, I would always feel people's emotions and their feelings and stuff and their thoughts, but we're gonna talk about that more. When I was little, I literally just wanted everybody to have fun. My cousins knew me as like the fun cousin because I'd always bring games to play. Even in school, we had this thing where the teacher would be like, bro, you can bring your own game to school and then we'll play it at gym class. And I was like, bah! I was so hyped. That was the best day of my life. But I had like complicated games where like, we had this one where it was like a volcano and people were the volcano and some people were the lava and they'd like crawl around and like get the people. It was low-key dark, but I was obsessed with volcanoes and I was obsessed with games. For any of my cousins that are watching, you already know how it went down. I was always very sensitive to energy and I didn't understand what was happening. This is basically what I was always born with, but never really talked about it because it's not something talked about, it's not popular. Especially when I got to high school, it got so much worse. Like, it was so much more powerful. I could sense what people were thinking and feeling, but I was unconscious of it. So for example, I would go to school like happy and just excuse me, Rick and Morty. I would always feel happy, excited to go to school most of the time. And then I'd get to school and it was chaotic. It was like, I didn't feel how I felt going to school. And it's still the same now. Like, I'll go places, happy, excited, and then I get there and then I feel a different energy. When we leave, then all of a sudden I'm energized and back to what I was before. And that was one sign that I was really an empath. But let me dig more into what it's like being a hard empath and what's happening. We don't really talk about how does it feel to live it because people don't understand what it's like to live it. They think it's sunshine and rainbows. At first, it was a hindrance, but I'm starting to use it more as a superpower, but I'm learning how. You really have to learn it and learn how to use it. In school, I could feel people suffering and pain just like being around their aura, and I could sense who they were, but this is the thing, I wasn't conscious of it. So it's like I used it, and I was like, oh my gosh, she went through a lot in her life. Like, I could just feel it in her energy, and especially when you look in the way they move and talk, and it matches with how they feel in the inside. So it's kind of a mixture of posture and behavior, but energy is the main one. Like, I can sense a macho guys walking around the halls, you see me? But I could be in their aura and sense that they have a rough life at home. And then I would figure out later that, yeah, they get beat on at the house. And I was like, you really have to trust energy. You really have to trust energy. Because you'll feel that joy and you'll be like, are you sure? But I didn't really understand what it was. Let's start with that. I didn't really understand what it was. So now, as I start getting more conscious and spiritual, I'm getting even more sensitive. I'm getting even more attuned and I feel it. But sometimes it's like, I think it's mine. This is the thing, it's so strong to the point where I could feel people's souls. And I could feel their whole internal being in their aura. I could tell everything, almost everything about them, or I could feel the energy about them and try and figure out what it was. I could feel that they have a dark past and they try and hide it, but I can't really tell what it is. I could feel that, oh, maybe it has something to do with their dad, and then figure it out later. But as I meditate and as I dig deeper into consciousness, it gets even more enhanced and strong. People feel my energy, like they'll always talk about, like they'll tell my mom after, like my mom was telling me, like when we went to the mall, that there are some people that were like, his energy was so good, or like people just always tell me my energy is so good, and I'm like, that's like the best compliment you could get as a conscious person, is that your energy is good. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Soldier Boy, tell him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, they don't see the dark side of consciousness. It's not dark, it's just like a side they don't see. They don't see the pain and suffering that goes along with it and trying to understand yourself and what you're feeling. It's a real thing. Meditation and openness to it really enhanced this. So now I can feel my being open to energy, and I have to be consciously aware now what I'm feeling around people and what I feel about their soul. My soul will instantly click, and I can ask questions to their aura and I will get an answer. So I'll be there and I'll be like, is her aura okay? Like, is she going through something at home? Her, like, for this one girl, I could sense that there was something up with her. And I was like, yo, her whole being has some pain in it. Like, she's really going through something, man. I think it's depression or something like that. It has to be. And then I figure out later, we're talking. She's a really shy girl. We're talking. This is a while ago. Her sleeve pulled up and I saw the cut marks on her wrist. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's it. I knew it. I knew it instantly as I saw the cut marks. I was like, bro. Like, I don't use it in a way that's harmful. I'm using it trying to understand people and their souls, because they're literally just like me in a different perspective. So I want to understand what they went through. So when I saw those cut marks, I was like, dang, lady. Like, oh my gosh. And that's when I try and heal with my energy and be more loving to people. This is the thing, now I'm just learning how to work with it. The number one thing with being an empath and feeling energy is that you could tell what people are thinking. And now this is something, we're not mind readers. I'm not a mind reader. I could just feel the energy of your thoughts. It's like I could tell what they are thinking about a situation, or I could tell what they're thinking about me. Even those people at the store, through their energy, I could tell that they liked me and my sister. They didn't have to say barely anything, and I could just feel it. And then when they told my mom, I was like, okay, it's set in stone. For example, another place I went to that I would hang out with some people. Every time I start going, these new people came in. So there's this one girl that's been going there for a while, and then there's these other guys that came in after as well, right? I see her like a sister and she sees me as like a big brother. These new guys came in. I was trying to feel out who they were and stuff like that. But instantly, I felt this, like, not attraction, but like some sort of love attraction that was toward the girl. I was like, that's not me, because that's basically my sister. Then later on, I realized that those new kids that came in had a crush on her. And I was like, just the energy of thoughts, right? And that should be a powerful message, that your thoughts truly do have energy. You have to be aware of that. Number two is I can sense how people are feeling. In the area around me, I can sense how they feel. Like, if we're in a crowd, like in family, I could be like, okay, she doesn't want to be here right, well, clearly she don't want to be here right now. But I can look at the other girl and be like, shoot, she's got a lot of homework and she's just trying to get home and do homework. And then I can tell them, be like, I know you probably got a lot of homework at home, right? They're like, how'd you know? I was like, your energy just speaks it. I could tell how they feel about me or someone else. I could just sense how they're feeling overall. I could feel the colors and the emotion with being in that event, or I could feel what it's like to be in their shoes. I could feel the energy. Okay, I could feel just what it's like to be in their shoes. Sometimes it's hard to know the difference, because even when I went to a meeting sometimes and I was energetic and happy to go, I was just like, whatever, let's go. But the girl there, as I stepped in, I got super tired and I was like, I don't want to move. I really don't want to move. And I don't know why, I just don't want to move and do anything right now. Then I realized after that the girl in front of me was tired. Like, she told me, she's like, I'm bare tired. I don't want to move. I'm in pain. I just want to sit here. Later on, after she said that, I was like, it was like I was taking on her emotion, because then after I left, as soon as I left the place, I was fine. I was like, okay, right? Like, everything was all right. I was hyped to get home. Number three is you could feel who people are. Oh, this is a big one that I use on a daily basis. People may not think I do it, but I really do. This is where it's kind of sneaky and where I use it as a superpower, but not in a dark way. I would never use it in a dark way. Like, I could sense people's characteristics in their aura. So I could sense who they are deep down, if that makes sense. Like, I could really observe their consciousness and dig deep down and understand what is really at the core. They may put on this facade of beauty, happiness, I'm fine, but I can see right through it and see deep down who they truly are, and it can't get by me. I can feel the energy of, are they being genuine, or what is behind this facade, this mask they put on. I can feel in my being when I'm more open to people. Having this ability, you feel, when you accept it, you feel fully open to everything. Like, you really feel like a satellite dish that's like anything can just come in and you feel it. And you can let it, my only thing is learning how to let it go. But I love being open and just feeling like a satellite dish, accepting people's feelings and understanding how they feel to better them and bettering the world. That's my favorite thing in the world, because now I feel so just open to the world and other people. I feel like a completely loving and just open being. It's amazing. I feel open and connected to everything, especially the universe. I've learned how to communicate with the universe, how the universe communicates with me, and how to manipulate energy in my favor. And that's gonna be another video, speaking to the universe and how the universe speaks to you. I'm gonna get into that. We get into that in another video, but I feel so connected and like one with the universe. It never started out as a superpower. At first it started out as a hindrance, and it can be draining sometimes, and that's why I have to meditate and I have to fill myself. When I meditate, I fill myself with light and I fill my room with light. My room is my safe haven and my energetic bubble. My room is my energetic bubble in which I can heal in, and I have to heal my body through meditation and through just inner peace. If you aren't an empath, you can learn to, become really sensitive to energy by observing. Tell the universe and tell yourself, tell your body that you are open to feeling emotions. Plus my third eye is opening. I've been doing a lot of third eye meditations, so that could be why it's enhancing. But if you want to be sensitive to energy, just know the consequences that come with it. You're gonna be feeling things that you've never felt before. You're gonna be feeling stuff that's in the non-physical, and then you don't know how to explain it to people, and then people are gonna think you're a madman, right? Or they're gonna think you're crazy. Like, I went to McDonald's and I started doing this thing where I feel people's energy, where I would hold their hand. Excuse me. It started as a joke at first, where I would hold their hand and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell your future." So I held their hand and I would like observe it and feel it, and I could feel their energy, and I was like, why am I seeing green, like a forest or something? And they're like, "Bro, I want to go to the Amazon rainforest so bad." I was like, next person. And I was like, why am I, you have very aqua energy, like water, marine life. And she's like, yeah, I love the ocean and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, this is a creepy one. I went to McDonald's, I observed her aura, and I was like, do you have a window that like observes the street that your house is on, and your room is pink, the walls are pink, and it has a desk underneath the window, and you have a gray carpet? And she was like, how did you know? This guy's psychic. How'd you know? I was like, oh, I was right. I was just like observing. I was just like, is that true? And she's like, yes, that's so true. I was like, wow, okay. My friends call me psychic now, and they're always like, yeah, it's third eye. They'll tell people, yeah, it's third eye's open and stuff. I'm like, it is, but like, don't go around and just talking like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a very strong person to be sensitive to energy, because you are feeling vibrations around you, and you are observing, feeling it, and you don't want to become it though. You want to just observe it and let it go and understand it's not you. So it's going to be hard. If you want to become more sensitive to energy, understand, the consequences that come with it, because this is a lot of responsibility you have. It's just like seeing ghosts. That's clairvoyance. If you see ghosts, you have the responsibility of seeing non-physical beings in the 4D. When you have clairsentience like me, you could really feel the energy in people's emotions and vibrations, and you have to work with that. If you are clairaudient, you're gonna hear the non-physical, and that's where people are talking about hearing voices and all this stuff, talking about being like, people are gonna think you're mad, and you might think you're mad yourself. So this is stuff you have to be sensitive to and understand its power. Y'all look at this, it's 333 right now. So this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is basically what it's like being clairsentient. It's chaotic at times. Sometimes I don't even want to be around people or in crowds, but I'm still enjoying life, and I'm still learning how to work with this ability that the universe gave me. I'm trying to do videos like every week, bro. I'm trying to do videos every week because I miss making YouTube videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.